We send it to Facebook and YouTube.
Right. Yeah, I put a little post up about it today. So.
So hello, hello, hello.
Ooh, are we?
Oh, what's that?
I'm gonna go check that. That sounds like a.
Check loud or something. This is welcome to Funky Frets TV, April 6, 2022, from World Headquarters, Boyertown, Pennsylvania. All right, so we're going to have a special guest on here in a minute or so. Kelly, we're checking sound. We're like a octopus trying to run everything here. All right, bring on our normal stuff. Kelly has news. We're also running the store, so people come into the store as we're doing this.
That's good. I like hearing that. Means you got customers. That's awesome.
Yep, lessons going on. So, we'll have a lot of festival news. People are getting out on the road, playing again. As a reminder, Jake is showing up in Reading, Pennsylvania, right down the road on April 9th. Keeping the website, learnedukulele.com, updated with all the festival news. When Ben comes on, he'll have a lot of information. He's the P.T. Barnum of the festival.
Wait a minute.
All right, you
So
bringing
we'll
him on now?
Ooh.
Let's bring him on now.
Okay, we'll bring
Hey,
Ben on right
Actually, on the cover page, you had another Ben up there.
The wrong Ben.
It looked like
What?
Ben from who is it?
Oh, Ben Carr from Vermont.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah.
Super guy.
Yeah, you know Ben, right? He's done sound for
Yep.
you or something before.
Yep.
Yep. So say hello to Ben Hassinger
Hey,
from Michigan.
how you doing?
Thank
The
you.
great
for coming
Uke
on.
state of Michigan.
Yes, that's what
You know.
you find our chat. There you go. Very good. Keep an eye on the chat. If you have any questions for Ben, just let us know. So Ben, if you
Yes.
do need information on Ben, he has a website, ideally called benhassinger.com.
Easy peasy.
What a coincidence, huh?
We
Who would have thought?
We first met Ben NAM a couple years ago, right? You were repping.
Yep, the last NAM we all went to, I think. So
You were Hawking Faraday. Is that what they pronounce it?
Farida.
Farida
Yep.
Nukes. I'm
If
really
you
good at
haven't
that.
seen,
I got your name right.
if you haven't seen,
I like
Funky-
Faraday. Yeah. We had these old batteries and everything.
If you haven't seen any of our episodes before, Curt butchers every.
Yeah, I'm really good at butchering.
word.
That's great. I love that.
Yours is
I
not
love
so
that.
bad. I got the Ben.
Hey, there we are. Look at that.
The Hassinger.
There's Andy Wilson, who's the other person next to you. A great harmonica player, horn, ukes, and he's actually going to be producing the next Ukulele Kings album. So
Very nice. Yeah, we never walked so much in our life out in the.
It's good for you.
They're doing NAMM's coming back for one show, 2022, out in Anaheim in the summer.
Yeah,
Be
that'll
nice
be nice and
toasty.
toasty.
Hot. Yeah. Are you going to that one? You think? Or
No, because I run a camp called Midwest Uke and Harmonica Camp, and that weekend is Midwest Banjo Camp, which I have to subject myself to because we're in a new place, a brand new university that we haven't had it at before. So I'm going to go for a couple days and just get the feel of it. And
Nice, yeah.
no, I had it on my calendar to go to NAMM, but I'm going to see a bunch of banjos instead.
It's like a shakedown cruise, right?
Yeah, something like that. No, it'll be good. It'll be a lot of fun. So
Very
it's
cool.
always hard when you're touring. You need to be in 2 spots at once.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, well, and thank goodness we have to do that now, eh?
That's true.
Yeah. So Ben, fill us in on Ben. I think he's involved in 3 or 4 or more festivals and ukulele
It's crazy.
gatherings and
Yeah.
coming up soon, right?
Yeah, well, if you don't mind, let me give you a quick little history of how I got started with the ukulele. I went to Hawaii in 2009, had nothing to do with ukuleles, and there was an ukulele festival going on. That was the Ukulele Festival Hawaii, Roy Sakuma's Ukulele Festival. So I thought, well, I'll go over to this and check it out. I mean, I was certainly, somewhat familiar with ukulele, but I was mainly a guitar player. And so I went to this, and everybody was having the best time. Just listening. There was, obviously players from Hawaii, a lot of players from Japan because it's very close. There were 4 women from Sweden singing in Swedish and playing ukulele.
Oh wow.
That's cool.
I thought that was interesting. Bill Tapia, that was one of his last gigs. I think he was about 102 when he played there. And the thing that really got me was seeing Peter Luongo in the Langley Ukulele Ensemble. And seeing a group together playing and singing, of course, and they're at the top level of playing and singing together. And this manic conductor. And that really got me hooked on it. And then that fall we started, this was 2009, we started the Lansing Area Ukulele Group in Lansing, where I'm from, Lansing, Michigan, right in the middle. and things have just like ballooned from there. And what's really neat is coming full circle. Peter and I have worked together on a bunch of projects over the last couple of years. So I always kind of blame him for getting me hooked in this ukulele thing. So,
Yeah, from you.
but yeah, so festival wise, I'm actually I wear a lot of different hats in that. The first festival this year I'm working on is the Ashokan Uke Fest in Olive Bridge, New York, near Woodstock in the Catskills. It's in the beautiful nature center. The center's run by Jay Unger and Ruth Unger and Molly Mason. Jay, if you know, he's the one that wrote Ashokan Farewell, which is just one of the most beautiful fiddle songs ever. Sounds good on ukulele too. But I took that over. Gerald Ross was the artistic director for that, and I took that over for him in 2020, and guess what happened? So we had a virtual ukulele festival the last couple of years, Ukes in Space, and now we're back in person. It's Memorial Day weekend, and we've got a lineup of. It's a pretty interesting lineup. Couple have not been there before. We have a woman, Angela Denise Davis, who she's a James Hill ukulele, graduate. And one of the things she specializes in is Negro spirituals on the ukulele,
Nice.
which is quite cool. And then my favorite, I don't know, call him the ukulele energizer bunny is Ukulele is going to be there.
Yes.
And he's one of the guys that really kept the uke spirit alive through all this. He was doing a lot of play-alongs, lessons, upbeat kind of video things. And so he's going to be there. And 2 of my dear friends, Heidi Swedberg and Daniel Ward, will also be there.
Nice.
along with me. So we'll have a lot of events outdoors, lessons and workshops outdoors because there's all the facilities for that. And that just gives everybody a little bit more peace of mind.
Yeah, a little fresh air.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have a good friend, Randall, that goes every year. She raves about it.
Oh, Randall. I know Randall. Randall, she's a registered. And it's a funny thing, Randall and, what's her name? I always have to deliver them cups of coffee at breakfast.
She's mentioned that, yes.
Yes. So the last couple of years, I tried to do it over the internet and it didn't work. So I've got the feeling I'm going to be delivering a lot of coffee this year.
Yeah, making up for.
She's in our monthly youth group.
Yeah, she's
that's the one of the things I love about Ashokan. It's kind of like a big family. I mean, the whole ukulele community is like a big family. But this one, it's like each year, about half of the people are returnees and the other half are new people. So you get to see your old buddies, and then you get to meet a lot of buddies who will soon be your old buddies. Mm-hmm. So that's wonderful. So that's Memorial Day weekend.
It's like summer camp for adults.
It is. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you can camp. You can get a private room. You can stay in the bunkhouse. They've got a bunkhouse which they're limiting to half of the capacity, maybe 25%.
Nice.
Just to be considerate of all that. And it's awesome. I'm so excited to go back. And then the next festival I have coming up is Mighty Uke Day, which has been virtual the last couple of years. This will be its 12th year for Mighty Uke Day. This is the one I started back in 2011, just as I was getting into the uke scene. And we started it to premiere Tony Coleman and Margaret Maher's film, Mighty Uke.
Yep.
So, and they stayed with us at our house. We found a cat in the barn and they named the cat. And, so we've become really good friends over these years. Rhea and I have gone to Tirana and hung out with them. And but that started out in 2011, like just basically being an open mic at Pizza Place, Sir Pizza, where we have our laugh meetings, our Lansing area ukulele group meetings. And, it was a lot of fun and all went well. There was no budget or no money involved. It was just, and everybody, I go, God, that went really well. And then everybody's coming up, well, what are we doing next year? I'm like, next year?
Right?
Huh? What? So the following year, we stepped it up just a notch and we brought Little Rev in because he's just across the pond there in Wisconsin. And, I had to guarantee him some money and this and that. I was like, I don't know. Believe it or not, us ukulele players aren't, that rich, right? So I was like, oh my God. And that went great. It went really well. And we had a great time. And so then the next year, I was talking to Tony Coleman, and I was working on booking a couple people that fell through. And he goes, well, do you want me to get James Hill to come?
Like, what?
I'm like, what? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I said. I go, really? So I took the chance, and at the same time, Danielle Anderson, Danielle Ate the Sandwich, had gotten a hold of me and wanted to do a house concert. I said, well, why don't you open up Mighty Uke Day on a Friday night? Because we hadn't had a Friday night act before. And it was just packed for her, and she's awesome.
Yeah, she is fantastic.
She's another one. It's all these people, they just become dear friends, And then James and Ann did an incredible job, of course. They're amazing. And it just keeps rolling from there, I tell people we've pretty much had everybody at Mighty Uke Day except for Jake, the Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain, and Curt Scheller.
Oh, come on, you gotta fix that.
I know. Those are pretty much the three people we've never had there yet.
We'll ship him out there, no problem.
Oh, yeah. He does have to come back, though. We got to send him back, okay?
Yeah. Darn.
But Mighty Uke Day, as you know, Curt, with the Funky Friends Festival. And they're friends, Funky Friends.
Yeah.
every festival kind of has a unique personality to it.
Definitely, yeah.
You know, and Mighty Ute Day, like you said, Ashokan's kind of like adult summer camp. Mighty Ute Day is kind of a balance. Everything I do, I really have a big teaching element to it. But Mighty Ute Day, the balance is kind of 50-50. You know, workshops, but then the concerts, the strums, and all that are a huge part of it. So it's kind of evenly balanced that way. And then we get to Midwest Ute Camp, which I run with Stan Werbin. It's based on the Midwest Banjo Camp, which we talked about earlier. And that one, in the past, we've had like 16 instructors, over 60 workshops. Guess who gets to put together the schedule? And that is very much oriented workshop. Right. You know, I'd say that's like 75-25. We have strums, we have, you know, teaching artist conference or concerts, which are great, but everybody only gets to play 15 minutes because we have so many people. And so that's got a little different balance. And then I do a festival at Interlochen, the famous music school in northern Michigan. And that's a one-day festival that's pretty much workshops, a little concert. It's a little more low-key than some of the other ones I do, but it's just wonderful being up there at this prestigious school. And there again, that's kind of out in the northern Michigan woods, which is really nice too. That's cool. So, you know, there's a lot of different ways to put on a festival. And like I said, they all have a different personality depending on who's organizing it, and who you have come in, and how you have it set up. So
much to consider. It's from the
you guys know.
It's all year working on it and working on next year.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're working on the next one before the one's over, right?
Yeah. We had one year someone emailed and complained, "Where's your female artists?" And we're like, we didn't even look at it like that way.
Yeah.
You know, that's interesting because I do. And as much as I can, I try to have a gender balance.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I fell a little short this year. Just still, there's a lot of people that aren't traveling yet, you know, and things. But I really try my best to make it 50-50. It doesn't always quite work out that way, but that is a goal of mine. And one of the other things is I'd like to see more diversity just overall in the ukulele world. And that's one of the things I'm really excited about. Angela Denise Davis being at Ashoka.
Awesome.
And she brings a lot to the party that we haven't been able to present and, you know, expose people for. Because the thing about the ukulele is, I mean, I've had people tell me, "Oh, I don't like ukulele music." And I'm like, well, what is ukulele music? Well, you know,
like
I go,
music?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you don't like piano music? Yeah. You don't like guitar music? I mean, the ukulele, as you well know, is probably, I think, one of the most versatile instruments there is out there.
You can do anything with it.
It's melodic, it's rhythmic. I mean, the percussive aspect of it.
Oh, yeah, non-beats or like classical or virtual.
Absolutely. And people get caught up on the Tiny Tim kind of stuff, and bless his heart, you know, he was quite a musical historian.
Oh yeah.
But you know, it's amazing what can be played on the ukulele.
Yeah, people say that about jazz. They don't like jazz.
Yeah.
But they just listen to a jazz concert. Wait a second. I like that. Right.
Well,
they're just not educated in it. Then same thing with you.
Well, and that's it. And people have preconception of it. You know, I remember talking to Victoria, who really was one of my first real good friends in the ukulele world. And she was going, "I'm always defending the ukulele, you know." And I'm going, "Well, why?" And then I found out why. I mean, people that I would think better that may be hosting a jazz festival, I'll tell them, "Well, look at Abe LaGrummis Jr. or one of these amazing players, you know. It doesn't get any more high-level jazz than this, you know, but it's just... You know, part of our whole thing, you guys, you've been doing books for so long, is to open people's eyes up to what this little instrument can do.
Spread the aloha. Right?
Yes, absolutely. So that's kind of the way I describe it. I call myself the ukulele ambassador of Michigan. Now, it's a self-appointed title, and it doesn't really pay very much, but I do have a sash.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
I should have worn it.
Who has the giant ukulele?
I try not to be too presumptuous, too pretentious, But so everything I do now is involved with the ukulele.
Yeah, wow.
And whether it's leading our PT Strummer senior group, which started from a handful of people and it's now 40 strong, made it all the way through the pandemic by buying, Yeti microphones and webcams and bit of hand holding, but they were eager to adapt the technology because they wanted to keep playing.
Yeah, that social aspect, yes.
Absolutely. I call the ukulele the most folk of folk instruments because it brings folks together.
Yeah, I always say.
And
where else?
it's kind of like a big, I don't know, quilting club or something, half of the you have a finished product, you work on things, but part of it is just the camaraderie of it.
Whoops,
So where else can you go, sing and play poorly with 40 other like-minded individuals and have a blast?
There you go.
There's nowhere else you could do that, right?
Or you can play good too.
Yes.
Well, and even, that's kind of interesting because the thing about the ukulele is everybody goes, well, it's an easy instrument. You can get started with it, I think, much easier than most any other
absolutely.
instrument,
Yeah.
maybe other than a kazoo. But you can take it to whatever level you want. I mean, some of the finest musicians I've ever seen are ukulele players.
Yeah.
So you can just take it as far as you want. If you mainly just want to strum and sing some songs, that's great. That's awesome. Maybe you wouldn't have been doing that before without the ukulele. But if you want to, take it to the limit and you want to put in the work on that, you can also do that. So that even with the uke groups, like our monthly uke group and stuff, I always try to teach a little while I'm leading it. Okay, the accent's on the 2 and the 4, or we're doing a different kind of strum here, or we're going to bring it down and punch it up for the chorus.
Right.
So there's a lot you can do, like at every level with the ukulele to learn a little bit every time you play.
Yeah, my favorite thing is to tell them, when I count off, it's not a recommendation. It's actually
Yeah, right. I like that. I'm going to steal that line. Not
a suggestion. We wanted to
Try to.
There
hit
you
that
go.
count,
Boy,
right?
I'm writing that down right now. And then so I'm hosting these festivals, but we've got our trio called the Ukulele Kings, which the lead guitar player and I the lead ukulele player and I, Pat Malloy, have been together, about 25 years playing together. So we're really in touch with each other. There, I'm the one driving. I'm driving the car there. Steve Szilagyi's in the white coat playing the bass, and then Pat's in the front seat with
That's
me.
a cool photo.
That's their CD, the 3 Cool Cats, right?
3 Cool Cats. Yeah, we play that song on the CD. It's mostly originals with a couple covers, a couple instrumentals. We do, on that CD, we do Spanish Flea
Nice.
by Herb Albert. And, I always think, he had the Tijuana Brass. If he could have had an ukulele band, he really could have gone somewhere.
He outsold the Beatles in 1964.
I know. So
I do Tijuana Taxi on the ukulele. I love that.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So that's a lot of fun. And we play at a variety of different things. We just did a art festival in Big Rapids, Michigan. We're playing the Aurora Uke Fest just outside of Aurora, Illinois with Little Rev. And then I'm playing a ukulele festival in Simsbury, Connecticut, which is the Nutmeg Ukulele Festival.
Oh.
Brand new festival. It's me, Cynthia Kinnunen, Eve Goldberg, Gerald Ross, and Kathy and Marcy.
Yeah, I saw that last night.
Yeah, to get the information to put them on my site, because I have tons of festival information on my site.
Well, and in October, having the Funky Frets Festival in October is a great time because it kind of caps off the festival season, at least here in the northern part of the United States. So there's just, and you know how it is. So many people go to all different kinds of all these different festivals, and they'll travel to go play ukulele.
It's amazing.
And it really is. It really is. And that's what we found with our Lansing area ukulele group being in the center of the state. People will come in for our Saturday meetings, and then they go back home and they start their own uke group.
I love that.
That is
Yeah.
Michigan,
Pennsylvania.
That is Michigan, right?
Yeah, there's Michigan and this, the Upper Peninsula.
Ours, we look like Pennsylvania here.
Yeah.
We're right over here. I'm going to do
That works. You guys are kind of between Allentown and Philly? Or?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
We're near the birthplace of Roy Smack, Reading, Pennsylvania, just right down.
Really?
Yep, he was
I
born
didn't know
in
that.
Reading,
That's very
Pennsylvania.
cool.
I mean, he moved out when he was like 2 or 3 or something.
Oh.
So it's like,
Yeah, right. And then the other thing is like I said with Mighty Uke Day, when we got to the point where, we ended up with some money afterwards, that's when we started Music as the Foundation. And that's a nonprofit that supports music programs in Michigan classrooms and communities. I've been doing a lot of family library things lately where we donate a few ukuleles to a library. I'll teach 6 weeks of classes, and we have children and adults all together in the same class, which I think is really, that cross-cultural, cross-generational teaching is really good for everybody, I think.
yeah. There's a big listing on your website. If you go to benhassinger.com, there's a page on the Music is the Foundation of everything popping up and historical information.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So,
Very cool.
So, other than that, there's not much going on around here.
Right, yes. What do you do with your free time? Free time?
Oh
What
my
is
God.
that?
Free time. I sleep. That's
Do you
what I
have
do.
Any other hobbies?
Well,
Any time for it?
yeah, I guess. I used to have a lot more other hobbies than I do right now, but my partner and I live in a big old farmhouse, kind of out in the country a little bit outside of East Lansing, but we're just minutes away from campus and things. Got a dog named Toby that I take for a lot of walks, and a couple cats, a new one that if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see a lot of pictures of this kitten, Maddie, that we found in the... So my partner owns a retail store in Old Town, kind of near Elderly Instruments, that area of town.
Okay.
And it specializes in Michigan goods. And we have a nice courtyard in the back that we've hosted concerts back there. Not necessarily ukulele concerts, but we had one actually featuring Ann Janelle with some guy named James as her backup guy. And but mostly a lot of folk, Americana, touring musicians that, are looking for a place to play.
Nice.
And so that's beautiful. It's all flower lined and this and that. We haven't obviously done that for a couple of years, but we're going to ease back into it this year.
It's like a real college town, East Lansing.
East Lansing is, yeah. We're in Lansing proper.
Right.
Oh,
So
okay.
Lansing, East Lansing, it's a different vibe in each place. I'm Lansing born and raised, so I'm a native. And to watch East Lansing as that's grown and Lansing as it's grown and the little pockets. We have a place called Old Town. We have a place called Rio Town. Of course, there's downtown. Everything has its own little character and a lot of entrepreneurial businesses,
Cool.
It's like the kind of place that don't have any chain stores, a lot of
Nice.
independent, many women-owned businesses.
That's awesome.
And minority-owned. So, it's really cool. I love Lansing. It's great. And you're right, kind of in the center of the country, so, yeah. Yeah, there you go.
You can't see there. I
Ah,
love that.
yeah. So,
Close to Canada.
We
if
got to
you
get
need
out
be.
Midwest.
Yeah, we do.
you do.
Yeah.
Well, I told Curt next year he's kind of going to come and teach at camp, probably.
All right.
Okay?
There you go, yeah.
Midwest Uke Camp. And, the thing about Midwest Uke Camp is Midwest Uke and Harmonica Camp also.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
So Little Rev is going to teach a couple classes. Sandy Weltman, who's from, where's he from? Somewhere down in Indiana or somewhere. Wow. He's great. He's amazing. And then my friend Andy Wilson, who is just an incredible musician, and he plays a lot of chromatic harmonica.
Wow, that's a tough one.
Yeah,
Harmonica.
yeah, he's got that Stevie Wonder feel to that
Wow.
sometimes, you
I
know.
did
So
harmonica in the Navy.
Yeah?
Because there was always better guitar players than me in the Navy, so I just did
Yeah.
harmonica.
well, it's easy to carry it around,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
If you have one with a plastic comb and it gets a little wet, it doesn't matter.
This
so
is the
much.
old wooden ones, you know, and you would
Marine band.
soak them, dip them in beer, soak them in beer to get.
Yeah, right. She's like, oh. Well, back in the day, you know, when a Marine band harmonica cost $3.95, you know.
Yeah, you can
Now they're like $48
I know,
or
God,
something.
It's crazy, yeah. Wow, man. I mean, people come in and want to buy a harmonica, and you tell them the price that they go for the $8 one if they're just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just take that. TSC, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that's what's been happening around here, and you know,
Great to
it's
see you
always
staying busy.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely, and it's so nice to. I mean, you know, I think I might have gone a little overboard this year, just because we haven't been able to get out and do anything for the longest time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Zoom's fine. You know, we wouldn't have kept things going without it, but there's nothing like getting together in person.
For sure.
Nice.
That energy and you get so
Hopefully it stays going like that and just ramps up and
yeah.
With all the
Yep.
live events.
take a
It's
couple
exciting.
years. So it's great having you on.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. This is great. I can add to my resume. I was on Funky Frets TV.
I don't know if it'll get you anywhere, but you can add it.
I think
No, it's great.
really small print, you know, where it's hard to
No, really, seriously. Thanks so much for
for
inviting me. And I do have a couple trips out east, so if it kind of works out on the way, I'll swing by and say hey. And,
Yeah, you can do a workshop or a little mini concert and stuff like that.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a whole
Sounds like a
stage
plan.
Yeah,
room.
definitely. If you come on the weekend, like we do third Saturday of every
The uke
month, we
jam.
do our uke jam, and we have
Oh, that's
a nice
cool.
concert stage and stuff. Friends.
Well, one of the things I love doing is leading group strums,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that would
Was
be a
that
fun thing to
sarcastic?
do.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I was doing one at festival in Ontario, and James Hill came up and he goes, you know, I led a strum with Cynthia Kinnunen, and he goes, you know, some people just get paralyzed leading a strum, but
Yeah.
you get so energized doing it. I love that. Seriously,
Oh, cool.
we can do that as part of the thing
You go
too.
PD Mac on them.
Yeah. You're,
Yeah, right. Oh, I love Petey. I know Petey too. He's larger than life character, you know.
With our festival, because we know he's just going to have a great jam.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean he's one of those guys that really brings people together.
God, yeah.
And he's just, you know, if only he'd seem a little more enthusiastic
I know,
about
yeah.
things, right?
Open up a little.
yeah,
PD Mac.
right.
Yeah, no, Petey's awesome, man.
He is.
You gotta love that guy for sure.
Cool.
So,
Awesome.
well, great.
Yeah, thanks
Well,
for coming on. Whew, we
yeah.
enjoyed having you.
I'll pop by and see you this
Yes,
summer.
awesome.
All right. Yeah,
Sounds
we look
good.
forward to that.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Awesome. So our Funky Fret TV viewers, stick with us.
We have news.
We do have some news.
News and
Yes.
goodies. Oh, we have recorded that
That's
too.
me.
So. Yeah, type it.
Breaking news.
I have a sound effects for typewriter.
You do, I know. I thought you were going to do
Everybody
it.
likes
So, Sarah and Craig's next backyard concert, April 24th. That's with Neil Chin, 9 a.m. Hawaii time. They also are having a workshop with Matt Steed on Ain't Misbehaving, creating chordal movement. And that'll be 8:45 a.m. Hawaii
Yes.
time.
And Sarah and Craig are also doing April 9th is this weekend, I guess, is the Ukes for Ukraine that Brad Bordess is putting on, the virtual
They have a
event.
busy April.
Yep. April 9th also
Oh, Neil Chin's on that too.
when Jake is coming
Yes, up the road in
in Reading.
Reading.
Yep. Lots of good stuff. So Jake will be in Reading on the 9th also. And I believe Jake is also, him and her both, they recorded something together for the Ukes for Ukraine.
Yes, I
this
saw that.
weekend. Yep. Right. A couple more festivals are popping up too. In Clearwater, there's a lot going on in April. This is the 23rd. And there's another one, Hop and Uke Fest, is on the 22nd. So
That's
April's
Virginia,
pretty
right?
busy. Yep, I think so. Yep, that's I know Glenn. I will say his name. Hirabayashi.
You
That
must-
was awful. Glenn's not on here, is he?
you were doing so good last week.
I know. I got the recording, not to review it. That's funny.
There was a really neat event Mom found last night, and I forgot to write it down, but it's a luau type event. There's going to be hula dancing and
Wow, where's that at?
in Virginia Beach.
Ooh, Virginia Beach is a cool place. Down in
Mom.
Navy and Army. Hampton Roads area, Virginia Beach. I was stationed in Virginia Beach when I was in the Navy.
We got news there. The Hoovers are back in Pennsylvania.
They are. Ooh, wow.
They stopped off and saw Petey Mac.
They did? Wow.
Lucky them.
Stop into Funky Frets,
Yeah.
right? Very
Also,
good, very good.
April
And
22nd is the last day to register for
Allegheny.
Allegheny Ukulele
Yes.
Soiree.
Kelly's going out to Allegheny.
I
And
think-
she's also going to Memphis. You can roll. So she's going to be put a lot of miles in on the car. And then in next weekend, not the one coming up, but the next one after that, we have Andrew Molina on
Yes.
Easter, right?
Get your tickets.
Yep.
Easter Sunday.
Come for the concert and a workshop he's doing with his dad, Jay. They're good. Be very good.
Musicians?
Yep,
I
very
didn't-
good
you didn't finish
musicians.
your thought.
I know we met Andrew out in Nam.
We
one
did,
year, right?
yeah.
Met
The
so many people, so.
That's the same weekend as our Uke Jam open mic.
Yep,
So
on
that's Saturday,
Saturday.
the Uke Jam open mic, and then Andrew's Sunday on Easter.
And it's Allie's birthday.
Monday. Yes,
Yep.
it's her birthday. 10. She'll be 10.
Kelly's daughter, my granddaughter.
What was it?
So
Oh,
we're
and
gonna
also
be busy.
Saturday the 16th, we are doing a performance for Coming Out of Hibernation. So Boyertown is like our town mascot is
base.
bears.
Yeah.
If you ever visited, you saw the bear statues everywhere. The high schools, the Boyertown Bears. So they do bears coming out of hibernation for spring. And we're going to perform at 12 o'clock. The exact location on the main street will be determined soon.
Yes, we don't know. They close off 2 blocks of Philadelphia Avenue, which is a main state highway through Boyertown. Pretty nice.
Yeah,
Pretty
they
cool.
have vendors, food. They have, I think she said, a magician walking around and
Pets.
somebody else walking around doing entertainment. I forget.
Yeah, pretty cool.
So
they
we'll
have
be
other
playing-
musical acts around, right? And
No, this year
just
they don't.
us?
So
it's us.
last year they had a bunch of bands booked all day, every hour. This year they have the Boyertown Alumni Band kicking it off at 10 o'clock, and then they don't have anything until we start at 12.
Oh, we're the headliners. Nice.
I guess.
Headliners. Only liners.
Yeah, the only.
Is that what they call if you're the only person, or are you the headliner? Yeah, so we'll have people from our ukulele group. I'll get up there and do some stuff too, and
Wait.
William and Ann's coming up, right?
Yes.
So
Mom.
William will do some stuff, I'm sure. You
Mom
might
said
not
the
know that yet.
coffin race is that coming out of hibernation, or is that the other event later?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, they're starting at coffin races, a new.
Yeah, Boyertown was
thing.
known as for making caskets, and they also have a history of Boyertown as the Rhodes Opera House fire.
Well
Well known.
famous.
It's one of the
Is that
yeah,
right term? Famous
198
event.
people perished.
So they had to. That's when they started mass producing caskets.
Yep, and they also in another fire in Pittsburgh is when they finally had theater and movie house doors open out. These
Yeah, so
opened in
everyone got
and
stuck.
it got stuck. And there was only 2 exits out on the 3rd floor. It was on. It was like pretty. Yep. There's been movies and documentaries about it. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So before somebody would die, they'd build the casket just for that person, right? Like
Yeah.
custom
Custom.
on demand. I don't know.
On demand.
Saying the proper word is
Drive up. Drive up casket company. Back
And
then, it was
then-
horse and buggies though. Yeah.
the
100 years.
April 9th, this Saturday, Ukulele Underground is doing a virtual concert in combination with, I guess, sponsored with Connie Leo Ukulele. That's 1 o'clock Hawaii time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Go to shop.ukuleleunderground.com. Get your ticket,
Yep.
$5. And I think they
That's,
said you'll be able to watch the recording for 30 days if you can't catch it live.
That's Eldreen and Company.
Yes, so him and his
Crew.
crew will be
Yeah.
playing.
Very nice.
Nice.
Any
Yeah,
other
that's-
news?
Not,
We didn't have
really,
to
no.
visit it by.
I know.
What?
I guess at this point we'll wait for next week. TJ has this new puppet that he got a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he's
but
working on it.
He'll be really funny on here with. I can't give any spoilers, but
Yeah,
we're
he's been working on it.
keep asking. I don't know. You never know what he does. I don't know.
That's funny.
All right. So thanks for sticking with us, everybody.
Yeah, tuning in. Wow, long show.
Long,
very
yeah,
nice.
long
Ben,
show.
very accomplished promoter. Ukulele.
Yeah, that was a good interview.
Yes, very good. All right, so remember, famous artist. Each week I'll post a new famous artist, but these are the Beatles ones I always show. But here's a new I ran across: Jonathan and Edgar Winter.
Who are they?
Jonathan Winter is a blues player, and Edgar Winter who had big hits in the 80s, Frankenstein, and he was a keyboard player. They were on the ukuleles. They were albino brothers. But Johnny Winter, if you're into the blues, you would know him, and Edgar Winter had a bunch of hits in the 70s, 80s. It was pretty good. Kelly's looking it up now, right?
No. Jim Brady said pine boxes. I guess I want
Right.
my coffin made of cedar.
There's still time to get in. I'm starting up my last workshop.
Oh, yes.
In April, the guide to, it's like exploring jazz chords. It's not as hard as you think. All you need to know is a couple open position seventh chords: E7, A7, G7, and I forgot one. A7, E7, E7, G7, C7. That's it.
This is a random question. Do you have a favorite chord?
I like a 13 flat 9.
Go back to your photo.
I know, yeah,
No.
ready? Here's one of my favorite. I have two favorite chords. I like the old 6/9. Good ending
Oh,
chord.
that's nice. Yeah.
And I like the 13 flat 9, 13 sharp 9, 13 flat 9. It's really nice.
I said a favorite chord, not
Well, it's a category. It's good enough.
category.
But we won't be doing wacky ones like that. But you'll learn how to. You will be able to say, if somebody asks you about chords, is I can create any chord I ever need or ever know, right? But you'll just build it on a nice foundation, and it's 4 weeks. So we're taking it at a nice pace, and you'll have a massive chord vocabulary that you'll start building after that. So that starts tomorrow night, Thursday night. I sent a link out if you're already sort of have done the workshops and
Hey, Michael Hoover's popped on.
right.
William said his 6/9 is one of his favorites.
Oh yeah,
What's that? Is that a chord? Is he
that's the
tricking
one I
me?
just played.
Oh.
Major 6/9. Yeah, that's a really good. That's a jazzy chord. It's actually comes out. It just floats there. It's stacked into intervals of a fourth.
I always
Very
like E7. I mean, it's just basic chord.
Yeah,
but I
that's
don't know.
good.
I think it's because when I was first learning, I felt like I was like, oh, wow,
Ooh,
a
fancy
really
chord.
hard one. I'm getting...
Yeah, wow.
And then it just stuck with me. Sentimental reasons, I guess.
All right, so remember. Anything else?
Nope. Right,
Today?
that's it.
Remember?
There's
Like-
Toby. Ben
Yeah, so
said his
Ben had
dog's
a
name's
dog
Toby.
named Toby. So our number one fan, Toby, the busking. Wonder what kind of dog he is.
Looks like Grandma and Pop's old dog,
Yeah.
right? What was Peppy?
He looks like, you know what he looks like? In, what was those, Wookiees or whatever they called him in Star
Oh,
Wars? Right? That's funny. Remember to tune your ukulele. Especially now as humidity's coming back into play, your strings will be getting sharp overnight or between sessions because the wood is expanding and the strings will not expand at the same rate.
So as your frets become less sharp,
Yeah,
your
it's
strings
nice.
become sharp.
Sharp too, yeah. So the frets sticking out over the winter, they won't be shrinking in, the wood will be expanding out. So from Funky Frets World Headquarters,
But
I gotta
wait,
have the
if
music
you
going.
do have sharp frets,
What?
well, the music was loud. Even after summer, when moisture comes back in, we can fix that for you.
Yeah, we can fix all kinds of stuff.
All right, good
So
night.
from the Funky Frets crew, we'll see you next week. Welcome to April. Tax day coming up. I gotta do our taxes.
Nope, I'm leaving.